Hey there, welcome back, guys. We are back. We're just gonna bring our camera back online, and once that's set up, because Osmos Action 4 crashed out on us again, but that's an easy fix, as we know. We just need to activate the webcam, and we will be back. All right, here we are. So we had the contest last week, and the winner was McShanky FPV. Fortunately, we tagged them. You'll be tagged in the post, and once you're tagged, hopefully, the YouTube, whatever it is, will ping you, and you'll get a notification saying, "Hey, you've been tagged in this post." But apparently, you weren't. I mean, you were, but you didn't claim it. So that means it goes up again for grabs, and we have a new contestant, Ramlin Z5953, so we're going to add them into the contest too. Let me just go get. So remember, this is live. Everything's unscripted, unedited, and if you feel like you need to, can't wait, come back and watch the video another time and scrub through whatever features and things you might want to watch that time. But anyway, this is live, so things are just going to happen as they happen. So there was no cue, okay, I got to do that next. Okay, I got to do that next. No, it's just going to flow. But we do have an agenda. We're going to be going over the Abada. We're going to be going over what we're going to do with the Abada. We're going to be having the contest. We're going to be, we should activate the lights. Lights, right? Camera and action. These usually will last a bit, probably about an hour, and then I got to recharge them again. I believe there's a video coming out that'll show you guys how to make these lights. So these lights are actually made. But that's another story for you guys. So what we're going to do is, I guess we could start off first with the raffle and then add our new, of course, all the bingo letters or numbers are in my holiday hat. And Afix, if you're watching this, that was amazing. I wonder if you could share the rates you were using when you were flying in your yard. That was phenomenal. I mean, it was so smooth. And the freaking, I don't know if you guys seen his video, but he was like going through these little crevices and flying through chairs and like near chairs in these tight spaces that I could only dream of flying. I could fly him, but only with the Avata. All right, so I took a bingo B12. Let's see if we have any B12s. Nope. So our new contestant is going to B12. Oops. Put that there. B12. Okay. So there you are. Oh, I was going to put it back in the hat. That would be a no-no. B12, because then I'd have to empty it to look for it. All right, so there we go. Ricardo, because the rule is, if you've contributed to the channel, not financially, but your ideas, whether it's your comments or anything that we've experienced that we converted it into a video. So on that note, that would have been Ricardo, because Ricardo actually came. He traveled 3 hours to come see me because he needed help fixing his drone. We were crunched for time, and I worked in it for a little bit. We met in Starbucks, and I didn't have all my stuff with me, so I couldn't really see what actually needed to be done. But we were able to configure it, and it wasn't. A lot of things were missing in there, so he had two issues with his drone. One was that things were missing in his flight controller when he launched the beta flight, which was really weird. But that had nothing to do with his problem. Let me just trying to close some windows to minimize things, so that, as you know, my computer is a memory hog. So basically, we flew he flew his drone, I flew my drone, because we were crunched for time. I figured, we might as well, because I had to pick up my kids, but I was able to tell him like it's either the cable which he had replaced. It's either it's a couple of things that it could be. It could be the protocol, right? It could be the firmware. It could be, I gave him a whole list before I left, but I'll share with you guys that list too, so that you too. But basically for him, it turned out to be this. So a lot of times when you're doing your first time, you're creating, your first drone, and when you're putting in that O3 air unit cable, this can happen. So when he went back home, he was actually able to have a look, and see? Oh, you can see. Check it out. So as you can see, somehow these cables bent. So that's one reason why. So let's say you connect to your drone and it won't sync. It's either not binded. This could be the problem. There are many different variables that come into play. Could be the cable too. So it could also be the cable other than this, and some other things. But I didn't have, I would have never been able to see that without these anyway, because without looking. But I wanted to take his drone home with me. I was like, hey, give me your drone, and let me check it out, and I'll bring it back. But I wasn't sure, because it was my first time on YouTube, and someone reaching out and traveling 3 hours to come see me. And I'm thinking, like, the first thing that came to my mind was that movie Misery, right? Like, I'm one of your biggest fans. I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm looking around thinking like, okay, who, like, what's, like, who's this guy? And then he was really nice guy. But like, and then I was thinking about Afix, Afix, I remember he was watching a video, we were doing a live stream, and he was talking about, I'd never fly, and, and live stream in my yard so that no one would know where I lived, and then, all these thoughts were going through my head, because, I it's all new to me, like this whole, I've been doing YouTube for probably 20 years, but this is over the course of years, I've had different channels. I've had this channel, and then I've had my kids' channel, and then prior to my kids, when podcasting had happened, when it first came out many years ago, I had done it back then too, similar to here, tips, tricks, but more software related, and, and fun videos. And so, but never got many, audiences, here and there. Of course, I've gotten videos that had 100,000 likes, X likes, for software related stuff, but never, had anyone reached out and wanted to meet. And I was like, oh wow, this is great. And also, oh wow, where do you meet? 20 miles away from where you are. But no, anyway, Ricardo was amazing. He actually flies manual mode, which is kind of cool, and he's really cool at flying. Like, he can, I'll show you. Well, he has the video of him. He'll probably post it up on his website, his YouTube channel. But it was kind of inspiring for me to want to fly manual mode. I was like, oh wow, if he can do it, so could I. I could, but anyway, it didn't work out that way. But I'm glad that he was able to fix his drone and follow the possible scenarios to go through that I had shared, and and he got some good flying in too. So aside from that you would have never gotten in Queens. All right, so now I'll share with you some of the footage that I got, which I'll probably put in a new video that I'll create. So that was his issue, which was great. And then I'm just going to leave this here because we're going to do the raffle in a bit. But before we do the raffle for our new winner, of course, this one here. All right, so I'll show you some of the videos. So we have, so this is with the Pablo 25. It flew amazingly. I love it. This was before I crashed, right? Or this could be the crash, I'm not sure. But look, it's really smooth and it works better in the cold. It doesn't overheat. So you will get longer flight time with the Pavo 25. Um, and as you can see, I'm still, flying like that, but I'm able, and I think I'll have better luck flying in the open space. I'm just not used to flying within, close quarters. And of course, when you're not, it used to mean you crash a lot. And this is not, I would not recommend the Pavo 25 as your first drone because it's not optimal in the sense of durability. You want something durable for your flights as a new guy, because let's see, where does this one go? Hold on, I just need to go into our Prism software so that you guys could see, right? Not just me, watch me, right? So anyway, let me just delete that and play that again. 1 second. There we are. Okay, so check it out, right? I'm gonna rewind. All right, so this is. I'm gonna get rid of the other camera too, and then I'll come back in a second. But so because I don't, you don't need to see me just yet. Your host. There we are. So now we press play. There we go. I'll show you all 6 videos. So this is me in the yard flying the Pavo 25. And then I'll show you the footage we got with Ricardo, who actually came. There we go. Version 2. I like to leave a little bit of a runway. As I'm taking off, I need some, instead of just going straight up into the air, just in case I accidentally hit the ground, especially here because there's a lot of grass. But as you can see, I'm not really used to flying straight. I don't know, as I'm trying to fly, and when you think you're going straight, you are, but if you're not used to flying this particular kind of drone, it does get a little bit tricky. But as you can see, everything's fine until I start to travel around the house. But look at the temperature, 86 degrees, right? So this is great because this is the temperature of the O3 air unit. So it actually functions better in the cold, if you ask me, which is kind of neat because you'll get more flight time with this thing if you are flying in the winter opposed to the summer, right? But so in this particular kind of flying, I'm comfortable with. It's the maneuvering, like I'll show you. Aphex is up, crashed right into the tree. It's maneuvering the way, that's video 1. We'll go through video 2. Maneuvering the way Aphex flies. Aphex was amazing. I saw him flying in his yard, and that's how I want to fly. So basically, I want to fly the way he flew. So I got a little bit more cocky here. I'm like, as you can see, I'm just going a little bit faster, and it's tricky. It's really tricky, by the way. So then I said, let me try going around the house because I wanted to try and fly the same route that I had flown with the Avata, right? And remember, this is an angle mode, so which is also, well, there you go. I get a leaf smack, and then I'm like, I get to panic. And I think you just have to put more time. The more, aside from the simulator, the more you fly outside in real life, the better you'll get, and and the more confident you'll get. And I always keep your finger on that switch for that oh shit moment because you want to be able to. As for me, I keep my finger on the button because I'm in the yard, and as you can see, every time I go over the house and around, it's a little bit closer to the road. So worst case scenario for me, I can just drop it and it lands in the grass. And if you don't have grass, maybe find some place that has grass, or don't use this drone again because it's not a good drone. It's not a basher drone like the other Pavo Picos version 1 and 2, and maybe 20 make good bashers, but this one definitely not. This is the Pavo 25. It's not durable, but as you can see, I made it around the house. But I noticed for me that when I fly, my problem is that everything's fine until I go higher up, and when I go higher up, the drone goes faster. So I'm trying to figure out how to slow down the drone. That's the tricky part. It like goes into freaking cruise control, and it's just flying, and I'm like, I want to slow it down and then maybe bring it back slowly. So I'm not there yet, as you can see. But as you can see, I could still fly, in angle mode, and I could also fly in acro. But again, the drone just goes faster, so I'm going backwards and forwards because I need that little runway. And I was like, runway, just go up. Some of you might be thinking, but that's not me. Remember, this is a channel for beginners. I guarantee you next year this time, crash flip. Yeah, I flipped it and crash. Okay, and then let's see what else we got. See, the temperature's going up, but not as fast. And this is great because I was able to put all these flights in on one battery. Because remember, with all the Pavos, Picos, whether it's Pico, Chico, 21, 2, 3, once it reaches 160, the drone will fall from the sky, which is a bummer. See here, this is when I was like, okay, let me try and fly slow. So I'm going slow, which was great because I didn't put full throttle. So I didn't have to focus on slowing down. As you can see, leaves just keep freaking, it seems to be my experience with the drone. So I'm trying to see if I can loop around. And of course, this was luck. This was not like me and my skill set. I got lucky that I was able to fly out of the tree I flew into. And then I was like, okay, let me try flying here. And then I'm going around, and then something happened. I think I went up, and then again it went into full throttle, and then that's when it fell. And then that's when it broke. And I had crashed here before. It wasn't my first time crashing in this particular spot, but it was the O3 air unit is surrounded by really cheap plastic. So when you crash, it will break, and whether it's a couple of times. Unlike the other drones, this is inside. This was probably with the Avata. And then let's see what we have here. And there we go. This is the Pavo 20. I had taken my Pavo 20 with me because I have the Pavo 20, and this is the drone that Ricardo, we were trying to troubleshoot. So I basically took all the configurations for mine and flashed his. Now the reason why it's bumpy is because I didn't I'll show you guys in a second, but normally this is not how the Pavo, and as you can see, it's me flying it. You don't really need the goggles to fly it. You can just fly it because you keep it within range of sight without the goggles. And then, you just fly it that way. I just need it because I fly better that way. All right, so let's see what we have here with these little drones. Let's see, and then we have this one. So there's Ricardo. So he's never flown with the motion controller. He had used the motion controller 1, and he doesn't like it, and I could see why. He didn't like the motion. He said it was nice with the motion controller 2, but he wasn't crazy about it because you can't flip. Like, I guess with the with DJI FFB remote controller, you can do flips and stuff. But he was pretty impressed by it because apparently with the motion controller 1, I guess you can only go straight. You can't really do stuff with it. And then here, as you could see, I just as I put it into sport mode, see that S, it does move pretty fast. You can get I've gotten top speed of 35 miles an hour on sport mode, which is fair, but I think I heard that you can go faster with manual mode. But it was nice, so I figured, hey, you know what? I don't have my stuff with me. I can't, I can't really take the drone back with me, and so I figured out let's just get some fun flying time in because you're never gonna get an experience like this flying in the middle of this huge field in town. But hopefully he's able to share the footage, and if he does, I'll just send the link to his channel. But this was great, and this was great because in Queens it's a little bit different. As you can see, I don't know, behind us the police were there. They showed up. I think someone called, but they didn't bother us because they're just chatting with the guys at the center. But their receipts we put into smart mode because there's no drone ordinance in this town. Some towns have drone ordinances, but if someone calls, police do have to show up. And sometimes if they do show up, this is the town that I live in, so they probably know me already because I've actually flown with the guys that work here at the recycling center. I'm like, hey, you guys want to try? And they're like, yeah. And then I let two of the guys try one time, and so they're familiar with me. But you just have to, if someone calls, they have to show up. But in this case, I don't know. They might have shown up just to meet the guys, or they could have just been, whatever. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We just have to always make sure that when you do fly, that you're good to go. Not, good to go in a sense that the town doesn't have an ordinance. And then that's it. So that was fun, and a different experience for me because I had never met someone from the channel. And maybe next, what I'll do is, one second, I'm gonna get on a plane and go see Afix. I got a ticket. Let me call my travel agent. Just kidding. You're like, hello, Afix, I'm here. So it was like a little bit, but taken off guard. But I wouldn't, but it was good. I just wish I had my stuff with me. I should have brought a kit with me. One thing I found really interesting that Ricardo had done, which was because one of his propellers broke, because with the Avata, he left one of his, not one of his, because there's only one gate. So with the Avata, you get, before you start flying, I don't know if it works the same way in manual mode because I haven't done it in a while. If you have the Avata and you leave the door to the SD card open, if you start it, your propellers will break, and that's what happened to him. No, yeah, one of the propellers broke, and it was like bummer. So luckily I had an extra propeller, and was able to fix it there so we could actually get some flight in, because I was like, oh my god, the guy traveled for 3 hours to come all the way here. He's got to at least get some flight time in, unrestricted, right? And it broke. But one thing I found that was really interesting that he did, which now I'm gonna do, is I had extra propellers. Keep extra propellers inside your bag, which now I do. Instead of I had to run back home to get, but because we were in a grassy area, you could lose stuff. So one solution he had, he carries a rag, this little rag. This is like a 99-cent rag in the bag, so that when you need to work on your drone, you basically lay out the cloth and work on that, and then you can find your screws. Because without this, the screws would have gone in the grass. I think I had my Menic screwdriver, but it's hard to organize stuff. So now, thanks to Ricardo, I had an idea of now putting this inside my travel kit. And even if you don't, maybe you don't have the Avata, maybe you have the Mavic, maybe you have the Mini 3, whatever drone you have, maybe you have something from Kmart that you can work on, not to Kmart, the Tello, right? The Tello drone you can still fly. I've seen guys on meetups bring something similar to the Tello. So, just keep it in your case. Like I have my case right here that I took with me, right? So now I have the rag, right? So now I keep that in there, so that my Avata is pretty souped up, so I don't see myself using the cloth. But who knows? Maybe someone else will come. I'm one of your biggest fans, So now I keep that in, and I also keep the key and the extra. So it's a good tip, because who knows when I might crash and maybe might go into the tree. But when you fly the Avata with the motion controller, I'll probably do another video on that, on how this thing actually works, so that people can see, because apparently there are two versions of this. The first one is, I guess, limited, Ricardo was telling me, but this one isn't. So maybe I'll do a video on that, next in the future. I got so many videos lined up for you guys, so stay tuned. But that's the Avata. The Raffle. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the Raffle. See, everything's in there. I'm going to close this, and now let's see, how is this going to work? I guess we'll just keep it on one camera. You can see. I just want to make sure you can see. Okay, see that? See that? No tricks. Whatever comes out is what comes out. There's no, there's not plan. It's unscripted. So whoever the winner is, let me just make sure. Yep. Mick Shanky never claimed their prize. So here we are. We're just gonna roll. See how it rolls. Whoops. That's weird. All right, we're gonna start again. That's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to go the other way, but it has to be. But I have an idea. I'm gonna close this since we're gonna be using that, and then I'm going to put this in here, right? And then I'm gonna open up my camera so that you guys can see in real time a video. Put this here like this. There we are. Move that. Whoa! Shrink that a little bit. All right, now we're going to make sure that you guys can see. There we go. Activate another camera. All right, so there we are. There's just something I need to do. Move these out of the way. Remember, this is going to be live. All right. So, on that note, so what we'll do is everything's the way it goes. Oh, one fell in. Nope, that doesn't count because something's up with this bingo thing. Did I do something to it? Did the kids do something to it? Remember, it has to fall in to its spot. Okay, a fair. Interesting. Oh, I see what's wrong. This thing, someone must have. Could have been. All right. Just remember, it's got to work. Can't. There we go. One went in, but if it falls out, now it'll work. Okay. Yes, it worked. All right. So the winner is. Here we go. Live stream on your thing. It's probably going to be backwards and upside down, but it's I-20. I'll hold it up here until I get the other camera up so you know that there's no switching. It's going to be backwards though, fortunately. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. Maybe I should change the channel name to Everything That Glitches, right? Alright, so now it's on the Osmo Action 3 camera. Hold on. And now I just need to switch the camera to Louis Tristan's camera. Oh, come on, man. It's gotta be shitting me. Okay, now I gotta quit this. Hold on. I have to quit photo booth and then open up photo booth again. Remember, this is real time. So this is what you get. You get all the glitches, you get all the things that you don't see in an edited version of the video. But either way, we're gonna have to get this working anyway so that we can continue with our live stream, because I have some things in the lineup for this video. So it has to, but I think I know how to fix it. Remember, it was I-20, right? I have to plug this out, right? And then plug it in, and then let the computer find it again. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to click cancel. And now that the computer found it, oh, come on, man. It's gotta be shitting me. Let's put it on here. we need the camera. Which one is that? Black? Okay. It's still I-20, but this thing is not. Let's change it to OBS virtual camera, which will come in blank. And then from OBS virtual, maybe then. Yep, there we go. So you have to switch cameras, camera 1, camera 2. That's the life of a troubleshooter. Bummer, if you ask me. Because at least now everything's crisp and clear. I kind of like that. But I'll set this up in a second. But anyway, here's the winner. I-20. It's backwards, right? But to fix that, what I gotta do is this. If I click on camera, this is an Apple glitch though, not me. 3, 2, 1. And then if I click on the photo, see, I-20. It's kind of disappointing if you ask me. As you can see, after I took the photo, the it froze. That's not me. It's you. It's the goddamn thing. I need to go to right to Apple. So in order to fix that, you click here, and now I'm live again. And then I don't need video, but it is what it is. All right, so that's our winner. I-20, right? Is that I-20? Yeah, I-20 is XXMARLIN 790XX. Wow, it's funny how here, I'll put that in there. Now our new winner, right? All right, you will be tagged, right? And you have 1 week to claim your prize, which is, in case you don't know, Drone Valley Mike from our video many moons ago. Okay, apparently someone else left a comment, which was our new Ramlin Z. All right, so it's here, it's waiting for you. And since the account is monetized, we'll be using the funding from the channel to ship it to you. You'll be given a tracking number, and we'll do a live video so you can see it leaving the post office. And then whatever happens after that, don't worry, it'll be insured, but it will get to you. I'm not worried about that because it'll be tracked. And as long as it says delivered, problem solved. All right, so that's it with that. Now this one goes back into the hat because you just have to claim your prize. Watch it. Watch the only one who wins is probably going to be Afix. Afix will be the winner of this because no one else probably has their notifications set on to ding. I think he's the only one that has notifications on. So now I'm just going to put this bingo thing away. Remember, this is live. Everything is happening in real time. We will, and since we're not any television network, if I'm thirsty, won't get written up or reported for taking a drink. But we're gonna answer your Q&A next in a little bit. We'll talk about the Avata. So yeah, as I was saying about the Avata, my Avata was pretty stock, so I'll never have that issue where it crashes. If it does crash, which you've seen me crash it before, wish I had a snippet of it in one of my videos. I think, oh yeah, I do on YouTube. If we go to YouTube, my most recent DJ Avata crash. I think it's a short video, right? So let me go back into Google Chrome, click New, go to YouTube. And it's pretty resilient because this is steel. It's a steel Oh wow, someone else is doing the Avada upgrade. Pretty cool. Oh no, it's 2023 upgrade, Pavo Pico. Yeah, that's a good drone though, gotta say. Just give me a second. Let me see if I could go to my channel and then go to videos and then happy holidays, control. DJ Avada crash. Yeah, 4 weeks ago I crashed the Avada. So here, look, here I am. I'm flying it, which was great. Is there music playing? Yeah, unfortunately. Oh well. Let me see if I can mute it. Yeah. So you see I'm flying it. I'm flying. And as you can see, everything's working out really well, right? And then flying smoothly with this thing. Really cool. Make it a little bit bigger. That's a good size though. Let me see if you can see though. Yep, pretty good. There I am. Wandering around, looping around. This is really cool. There's good obstacle course on this property, which is great for training. Not there yet though, and then all of a sudden going around, I'm like oh, this is awesome, trying to capture the footage because I wanted to capture the leaves changing, the season, so I can make a transition video like you saw. I don't know if you've seen one of my last intros. And there I am just flying. I'm like, oh, this is great. The problem is, I'll tell you what the problem is in a second, and it wasn't pilot error, and then all of a sudden boom, it crashed. So, but thanks to that, it didn't crash head on onto the gimbal. This thing, the bumper guards, and this, boom, and it just goes back, where instead of just crashing and breaking. But the problem is this, which happens a lot with the DJI Avata. When you're flying it, you have the center piece in the circle, and wherever the circle is pointed is where you'll go. And so what happens is occasionally, if you do this, it brings everything back to normal again. Occasionally, the dot will be off centered, and it not will work like right. It just gets off guard. It just sort of like gets uncentered, and weird. Like this would be centered, right, instead of this being centered. And so what happens is if you do this, if you shake it a little bit like that, it throws everything back to normal again. And so what happened was, as I was flying about to go through that little pergola thing, it got off center, and the little circle moved on its own. I don't know why it does that. The circle moved, and then as soon as I tried to jerk it out, it was too late because the circle had moved, and then it sort of like went in the direction it was going. So that's the only downside to the motion controller. Who knows, maybe they'll fix it in one of the updates, but you shouldn't have to do that to get it out of whack to bring it back into center again. So that's the only downside. And it's okay if you're flying in a field, because if I'm flying in a field and it goes off centered, I do that, and then it comes back into the circle, goes back into the middle, and the drone is centered again. That's fine. But if you're in tight spots and tight spaces like I was trying to go through, and if you're in a tight space like Afix was, and if he had this in a tighter spot, it's not gonna be that successful, and then you crash. But you will crash, but as long as you have the bumper guards on and the steel thing in the front, you're okay. It gets photobombed a little bit, but it's not the end of the world because you can, if you go faster, or if you could like adjust this a little bit, you'll be all right. But at the end of the day, you have to protect your investment, which is why protecting the investment. This is another one I have, another one that I had gotten on eBay for really cheap, less than half the price. And it was weird though. I know I showed you guys the box and the other live. The box just was damaged and dirty, but who knows? Whatever. Anyway, the point is that one will be kept live, like factory, because that one has the care refresh. And even though this one may have come from DJI, it's registered with DJI, and it was cheaper. It was like like 2 something. I I'd rather work on this than my main one, because I don't want to ruin the one that's under warranty. But this will, I'll have no trouble taking this apart and putting it back together and soldering it. But once you break, there's a seal in here. Once you break the seal, you pretty much have voided your warranty. I'll show you the seal, and then we'll get to the Q&A. Just move some of this stuff out of the way. I had gotten ready before just to see, you know, what could be done. But here's, let me bring it up a little bit so you guys can see. Oh, I don't think it needs to be brought up, because the camera, let me see. Oh, I see. Interesting. Hold on a second. Video. Oh, so you can't really adjust the camera. You have to adjust everything from here and do it through the air, like sort of AirPlay experience if you're using Photo Booth, which is a little bit of a bummer, but that's okay. Let me bring this in some, and then bring that in there. And then in order to like adjust it, what I will do is just bring this up. Remember, this is a live stream, okay? Oh man, that's close up. That's further up. Okay. Well, I'm saying oh man because in order to stream like the camera, push it, I would have to do reflector, but you get all the metrics with the reflector. This is still good, you know, that's that way. And then there's this way, but I want that there. All right, so on that note, just want to show you guys the Avada. So it's similar to, the setup is similar to the Pavos. Like the flight controller always goes like in this particular spot, and the O3 air unit, you know, somewhere in there. It's like probably stacked like a cheeseburger. This is the sensor here. If you go to the DJI store, they actually sell the frame. So they're that confident in you guys at DJI that they sell this to the consumer at the store, that you can take this apart. I think my biggest challenge is not going to be taking it apart and putting it back together. Ooh, if you see my videos, I'm just remembering which screws go where. Not which screws go where, because I won't have any trouble with that. Just not winding up an experience like this. And like, oh wow, there's a screw left over. Where does that go? And then it just went, oh, you know where it goes? It just goes right there with the collection of other screws, which you can see right there. But no, in this case, no, I really, really want to make sure that there are no moving parts. Oh, back to the other question I was going to answer about the Pavo that was shaking in the video. The reason why the footage was shaky in the Pavo when I was flying this one is because I didn't tighten everything. All the screws are there, everything is intact, but I just, when you don't tighten it, it just shakes like that. But the reason why I didn't tighten it was because I might take it apart again to experiment with it to see. Oh, and also I have to take it apart because I had replaced one of the motors, right? And well, you can see here, I had replaced one of the motors, but unfortunately, the wire is longer. So you can tell the original motor has, stock motors have thicker wires, right? See that? And nice, and then they let me see if I can see how nice and thick they are, and they just flow. And if you when you replace it with a motor that comes mailed to you, right? It you know, it's a little bit longer and it just needs twisting, and so that's why I got shaky footage. But it's a pretty stable drone. But this so I put it here, and then when Ricardo came, I grabbed it, and my plan wasn't actually to fly it. My plan was actually to flash it, to exchange brains like Frankenstein, give him my PIDs, and but it didn't work out that way. All right, so yeah, so we have our sensors here, so that will come off. Basically, we're gonna have to take it apart and then put the motors on, similar to the experience that we did here. So basically, we're gonna do what we did here, right? except solder the motors, which I've done before, and then put it back together. This one's easier to put back together. But the only issue I see us having with this is putting the propeller props on, because they are different. I believe they are right side up or upside down. See how here the coating is like sort of like opaque and like soft and smooth, and then when you flip it over, right, it's a different, right, experience. And not because of the way they're facing, right? I'm not worried about that. It's the coating, like, and the way it's like sort of like vented out. It's like they're in the, like for example, yeah, they basically are on the way these are on. The smooth, soft, and silky part is on the top, right? And then the rough part, not so, the matted part is sort of like on the opposite side. As for the direction of the motors, that's the same. You see that. And I actually had put blue tape on the kit just to make sure I get it right, so that they would be put on correctly. So you see, look, this motor, right, is going that way, and then this motor is going that way, right? So we have the motors, not motors, propellers, sorry. And I don't think I'm gonna do the, I'm only gonna do the motors, because I don't like the frame. I love, because I might as well just open the Gepard C35, and I don't like the Gepard C35. It just reminds me of I'm not that good at flying it. And if you're not that good at flying it, just do the motor upgrade and not the frame kit, because the Avata is pretty resilient, and I need to see how it flies first with the motors. But we'll have 3 different flights with the Avata. So, if in case you're still wondering what I'm talking about, so this motor, right, will probably go. That's the shiny part. See, the shiny part is facing up. Oh yeah, so this motor will go this way. Yep. So I already marked them, so I know which way they would go. And so this one would go here. See how it's facing, the way it's facing? So the top left and the bottom right are the same propellers. Okay? So you see like that. And see how the shiny coated part, like the Avata, right? Like that. And then remember the shiny coated part, which means that they're going to go in this way. And then on the right hand side, top right and the bottom left are the same ones. See, going that way. And just to make sure, except these are 4, right? And these are 5. Just to make sure, you want to just put them together. Yep, and they are, which is so cool. Yep, I believe so. Yep, and then just to match it up. Yep, because they're even though they look like they have a strange design, they're falling in the right direction. So that's what I'm matching them based on the direction that they pop out from the bottom, pop out from the top, and it's the same thing. The only difference is that these are 1, 2, 3, 4, and these have 5. And yeah, I believe so. Time will tell. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. Because on the Avata, it's really easy. Like, you want to know what motor goes where? They actually marked it for you. See, red, orange here. So the top left is orange and the bottom right is orange, because they're the same ones, right? No brainer. Now with these, they don't really tell you. You have to be, you know, a novice pilot, an experienced person to like what other markers are there other than this hole? You see the holes right there? There's a hole, but this one has a hole. That one has a hole. That one has a hole. And the only way to tell is from the direction that they're going in, and the coat. And then if you flip it over, right, has that matted look, but there's no marking, right? If I was a manufacturer of these motors, I would be like top left, bottom right, but maybe they don't do that because I don't know. Maybe these motors have multiple purposes. Maybe they they can be more than just flown in the direction needed. Anyway, so that's that. So that's my only that's the only concern I have, because I'm really good at taking stuff apart and putting it together. But this is going to be the most challenging part. And I keep looking at the motors and I keep looking at them and I still can't find a life of me. I'm trying to find like that imperfection where it's like, oh, that's the difference between the two. But that's how it worked with these. That's how I was able to do this. So I did that. But this is pretty straightforward, because when you look at this, there's no way you can go wrong with that. See? But the only thing with this is that this is the way they're supposed to go. See the shiny matted part? And you can just tell, because looking at this, you see, like that. So this is the kind of marking I was looking for on these, but it's so hard to really, really look at it. And so you see the top. So what I was trying to do was, we'll just find a propeller, right? So let's say the top shiny part, right? So most likely, definitely not, oh yeah, I guess it would be this one, right? See now, it's a little, no, it wouldn't be. It would be this one. Yep, because this part right here, see how that has that out part? It's like pretty prominent, and that's where that is, but this one's here on that side, and this is straight there. So you have straight, right? See, straight, and then the part that goes out like that. But it's just so minute, but it's hard to tell. But as you can tell, that's not the shiny part. So that part is okay. I don't mind that, because that's pretty straightforward. But it's just, the challenge is going to be putting them on the new and improved avatar, which means that the shiny part goes this way, right? And so the dull part will go the other way. That's why I flipped them over. And there's only one way to, but you can't put these on there because they are just different. So that one would be this one right here. See? So the Avada has the same thing. See how that goes out? See how it matches? See? Or if I put my finger there and you look at that, so it just goes out. So I'm hoping for the same experience. And we'll lay it out when we have the other Avada to compare it to. And that's it for that, But this is going to be not going to be anytime soon, because we're going to do a video with the Action 3 on, and then after I do the Action 3, then I'm going to take this one apart. Well, the Action 3 thing I'll probably do next week or something. But I have other videos in the lineup too. This is just to give you an idea of what's coming. Oh, and here go the motors. I'll let you guys look at that. Then we'll get to the Q&A. So this is a Axis of Evil motors. So the motors are really nice. They're a little bit bigger. It comes in plastic. It's sealed in there, which is nice. Hold on a second. Let me just move this over. From now on, that'll be there. This way. Modern way. So each comes with a motor, of course, in the box, one motor, and the screws that go with it, and also comes with a sticker. Not sure where I put the sticker, right? But here is the motor. Where's my X-Acto blade? We'll have a look at the motor and see. so we could have a look, right? No, I'll probably make another. I love live. Live is great because when you're done, that's it. You can just walk away. But you know, I'm not that popular yet, so I can't just walk away because I have to edit the video, and I get more views from the posted video than the live video, which is fine. And on this, let's see, you know, because this is for fun, but so there's the motor here. See how the wires are thicker, right? Wow, and the that's so wild. So yeah, so I'm not worried about the soldering part, but I am a little nervous about cutting the wire. So I'm only going to get one take on the wire unless, right, I twist it like I plan to do on the other one, which will be another video. See what happens if I twist it, make it shorter. So I'm not worried, you know, it's my biggest fear is not the soldering part, is cutting it, right? And then not having, because you're only going to get one take on this, and not having enough room for it to reach where it needs, or like cutting it and then trying to strip it and then it not stripping correctly. Then I gotta, you ever dread that when you strip it, cut it, strip it, cut it, and then finally when you get to like here, right when you're right about there, it's too late, and then you get the cut you need, but now it won't reach. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. You know, so you know, everyone is good at something, but there's always like something you're not good at, which can just fuck it up. So those are the only concerns I have. But look at how the motors. So let's see how the motors go on. Interesting. So there's only one way. Well, not really one way, but this is really interesting. Really interesting. So like the other drones, it has the four holes that go in that would screw into your let's say in this case to the Avata, which would be on the bottom, like not the bottom, but up here the Avata has 3 screws, right? See 3 there? Can you see? I can't see. Anyway, there we go. Tilt it and bring it in. Tilt it. You see it has 3 screws on the Avata, and on the I guess the axis it has 4, so this could never go on the Avata frame, unfortunately. Wait, can it? Interesting. I hope I don't have to do the oh wow, I might have to do the, because the original Avata frame can only do 3. Bummer. Interesting. Unless 157, this is probably version 2, right? So and on the frame kit it's designed for 4. I wonder if I could do the 3. Where would I, but then it would create moving part, so I might have to do the full bummer. What if I just wanted to do the motors? Let's see. Hold on. No one's here. Apex probably went out. Hold on. Click new. 1572. 157. Oops. Come on, internet. Really? There we go. Excess flying. Let's see the motors. I need to see the other side. for original DJI Avata, so they do have them. So you see, I have the one for the frame, right? Where's this mouse? Maybe I'll just do the whole build. I mean, I got the kit right now. So apparently, the motors too, right, come with the 4, which is a bummer. DJI. So I have the T-mount. So basically, I have the damn mounting holes. Bummer. And then you have only for DJI style 2.9. That's just going to take a little bit longer. Now, I'm not worried about that. I'm confident I could do that. Now, the only thing running through my mind is that if it would be a live stream or not, because as you know, the Osmos Action 4 can only last 45 minutes, which means that it would have to be broken up into 4 videos or something. 4 videos, each one 45 minutes each. Because if I just did the motors, I can do the motors in 45 minutes. But since this, hold on. So, bummer. There's only one Kai. Anyway, I'll figure this part out, but it's a little disappointing, but because I was just wanted to do the motors only, right? That would have been so awesome. And now it turns out to be a bigger project than expected. I'll just put this back into its casing, which sucks. I mean, it's fun. I like doing stuff like this, but I had a plan to just do one part at a time. You know, first the motors and then this, but in this case I won't be able to do just the motors. Damn it. Well, it is what it is. Or maybe I can trade them. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll trade them. Real disappointment. But it will be done. I don't like, I'm not crazy about this. That's the thing. You know, it's just not as strong, and with my flying, not there yet. I'm not there where I can crash it confidently. I can crash the Avata confidently and know that it will survive. Right. It will hold. I can pick it up again and fly it. Keep flying. Anyway, let's go to your Q&A. I'll sleep on this and figure it out. Q&A. Let me just open up the Excel sheet so that we are taken to where we need to go. All right. But for sure, I'll do the whatchamacallit. I'll just put this thing on, which I got last year. The camera mount for the O3 air unit, so you can put it on your Avata and fly it. All right, so question. You make learning and adventure. Who wrote that? Buy YouTube videos. D0. Thank you. I appreciate that. Not for everyone, though. Some people complain. Some people like. Someone said it was. So that's in a previous video. Dinner fork works too. Oh, that's on a video. How to change propellers on the Pablo Pico. So when I had changed the propellers on the Pablo Pico, I had gotten this thing here, this little tool. I'm not sure if you guys can see. Where's my camera? I'll just close this. Save the changes. Right there. See, this little tool will take off your propellers, which works really well. And you just pry it open, and that's it. But apparently, if I had known I wouldn't have gotten this, I would have just taken a fork from upstairs. But then my wife would have been like, "What is the fork?" Because she knows when something's missing, and I use it as a tool. That's not a screwdriver. You ever know when you can't find your screwdriver, you just revert to anything sharp that can turn something in the kitchen. Hi there, great video. I have a question about the DJI FPV remote controller too. Does it need to be initially bound to a drone or O3 air unit and then to the goggles to work with the virtual flight app? I've got the video feed from the app to my goggles Integra, but binding the FPV RC2 directly to the app is where I'm stuck. The FPV RC2 is beeping and doesn't bind when I try to do it in the app. It's been a while since I've done that, but last I remember it didn't work. And what I had done was well, let's see, right? Let's check it out. So we're gonna take the goggles, but it has to be the goggles where everything works, the main goggles. Because I created a video because when you, again, back in the day, for anyone that had gotten this, the DJI flight simulator didn't work, but I figured out a hack to get it working, which was you have it working on your phone, excuse me, and then from your phone you push it to your computer. You just share the screen, and there, at the time, Reflector was working when you had it plugged in to your computer directly, and so you could see it. And then, because wirelessly, as you saw, Reflector would crash, doesn't work. And but when you have a direct connection with Reflector, when you had, it would work. That's why some of my videos like, hey, it's not working, you don't know what you're doing, or this and that. At the time it worked, and then every time software gets updated, the experience is just different for everyone, and including with the DJI binding, unbinding, and disconnecting stuff when you want to sell it. It keeps changing all the time. So at the time, Reflector was working on this via connected, and then we were able to, let's see what we had done. But originally it doesn't work, which is a bummer, which kind of sucks in that sense. Well, let's see. Let's click on the video. Oh, that's weird. See, I clicked on the video, and hold on, let me move this here. See, right there's the video. See, and then if I click here, it brings me to their profile, but it should bring you to the video, which is really weird, like all the other ones. Like, let's say if I click here. Nope. Oh, so you have to click there. Okay. So let's go back. And then we're going to go here, click it. Because like I said, it'll bring you to all the other comments in there. If I press play, and commercial free. Nope. Alright, so let Lowe's commercial play. It's the holiday seasons, and hopefully they have stuff on sale. Want a juicy Whopper from Burger King? Oh no, it's McDonald's. McDonald's makes some pretty good hamburgers. Oh, is it McDonald's? I don't know. Yeah, McDonald's. I could tell from the bun. Because I know Burger King Whoppers are a little bit sloppy. PV. So let's see how I got it working. And then, oh, you see? This is how Reflector worked when it worked, which was awesome. But you see how clear and crisp it is? It doesn't come in that way on the goggles. It don't work. So this video was made 5 months ago, so that everything changes over time. But look, this is what you want to see when you put your freaking goggles on. But with the goggles Integra, it doesn't work. It works with the other version, the goggles that Ricardo had, which was amazing. The goggles 2, I think they were. Apparently has these sensors. It only turns on when you put it in. It's like phenomenal. Now I see why people swear by those goggles, because it's amazing. All right, so yeah. So this is connected. So my belief is that you have to do this, if I remember correctly. you're gonna have to get a cable. Hopefully you have one, right? Cable like this, and put it in like that. I'll have to disconnect the camera from here, but that's okay. And now I'm going to, I'll just leave it. Maybe it's connected wirelessly, but then when I'm going to go here, and I'm going to scroll down. Now I could use reflector, but unfortunately, it says, cannot use accessory. This accessory really uses too much power. Yeah, I should be able to use it because what if I want to use I want to fly my drone and I have to connect? Come on, man. I'm not using the accessory. Maybe it has to be on. There's Apple for you. Oh, it has to be on, otherwise you can't connect it because it's pulling. It's pulling power. Okay, so let's see if I can go here. And is reflector working? Nope. No. Let me go. I'm going to open up. Don't worry, I'll get it. Push it. I'll be able to push it. Now I'm going to open up the DJI Fly app. Right? DJI Fly. Okay. So now that this is on, I just need for you guys to see. You'll be able to see. Let me see if reflector. Yeah, reflector stopped working after the latest iOS update, which is a bummer because, as you know, that's not supposed to happen like that. Ah, there we go. I'm just going to click done, and now here is reflector, but unfortunately, the new version of reflector takes up the freaking whole screen. There we are. And I don't have to stop mirroring, but let's see. Yeah, so this is the goggles. So now I'm just going to flip it over. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go here, and I just need to rotate it. Maybe force landscape right. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now you're inside your goggles, right? Remember, the DJI remote is sunk to the goggles, so there should be a connection which should allow it to work. All right. And now, this is the only way to get it to work, because inside the goggles, it's really, let's see how, well, you can't see what it looks like in the goggles because it's going to be clear, but I will tell you in a second, because I'm not in the goggles. Because the goggles only load when you're inside the connect goggles to mobile device using USB cable, which is what I did. Okay. Except in this case, now I have to launch the DJI Fly app, the Fly Simulator, which is DJI Virtual Flight. So now, once you launch the virtual flight, then it shows up in there. So this is crisp and clear on here, right? But in the goggles, it hasn't even loaded yet. But I asked for it to load. Connect goggles to mobile device using USB cable and open DJI Virtual Flight app. DJI Motion 2 not supported in DJI Virtual Flight. It's not working anymore. See, and that's the part that sucks. Let's see, maybe it'll override. Bummer. And here go, maybe it'll work with this. Nope, won't work with the goggles. See, motion controller. So I would personally pick Remote control. Let's see. Control the FP. Let's try that one. And then you just click next. And then it says connecting. Hold on, wait for it. We inserted the power cable. Maybe it's just not working anymore. Bummer. Click OK. This basically tells you what to do in the goggles. You go into there and then you'll be able to, there we go. Now the goggles are rebooting again. Okay. Bummer. Yeah, I guess they changed it. It's always something. And back then, this was running. See, it says connecting. Back then, this was running a different operating system, and the goggles and Integra have been upgraded to a different software. That in 5 months, what worked 5 months ago, doesn't work anymore. Connect the goggles when the goggles are connected, right? Successfully, the DJI virtual interface will be displayed. Yeah, good luck with that. Let's try the other one. No, 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 no. That sucks. You would think, and who's flying that freaking, like, the amount of money people pay for these drones, you would think that they would get this working. Let's try smartphone. Okay. And I'm going to choose the Avata. And I'm going to choose virtual flight. Click enter. Choose track 1. Ready and go. But that's only with the smartphone, right? But it should work from here, hopefully. So what you would do is disconnect here, hopefully. And then, you've got to be shooting me. Push both control sticks, right, to center. You would basically, similar to that experience when you put it in manual mode in the sky, and then you would put your control sticks in the center, and then you could start your motors. But as you see, you cannot use accessory. What kind of settings are here? And that's it. And I remember doing this. Yeah, so I'm going to shut it off and then turn it on again. Can't use accessory. Oh, that sucks. Big time. Yeah, it's not working anymore. DJI, why did you do that? Like, why would, like, especially people are spending a lot of money on drones, and you have someone like me or someone like whoever who didn't know anything about the flight simulators that are out there, right? Or this is all they got, you know, their phone and this, and there's no liftoff, right? And you just plug it in. And how else are they supposed to learn how to fly when it says you can't use accessory? All right, so let's see. Press stop. Let's see what we got here. Select location. Let's go to settings. Full screen, auto, custom settings, remote controller instructions, audio, show remote controller, which is nice. Reset beginner's guide. See, can't use accessory. Oh, the accessory uses too much power. Let's see. Let's try. You can use an Xbox controller, FPV remote controller. That's fine. That just tells you, because basically you can connect this using another remote. Actually, you know what? Let's go home again. Try it again. Here. Custom settings. So you don't want to select an aircraft model, but control stick, remote controller instructions. Let's try Xbox controller. Interesting. I never knew you can connect an Xbox controller to your iPhone. Let's see. What? Alexa, stop all music. Oh, really? This isn't even a camera. You've got to be shitting me. Are you sure you want to disconnect? You can reconnect. Yeah, we'll disconnect that. We'll reconnect later. We will just see if we can connect the, this is the, I believe, which one is this one? Sony PlayStation? Yeah, I think it's PlayStation. I forget which one's which. Yeah, PlayStation. Okay. Let's see. This will be the controller. PlayStation. Virtual Flight. See, I played it before, but... Oh, look, see? Oh, nice. So it works. We'll load that for you, so you guys can see. But only with the PlayStation controller. Alright, so here we go. Check it out. Alright, so now we got it working, but it only works with the PlayStation controller. So you would connect your thing here. DJI, you guys, you're hurting the industry. See, my controller stick works. Alright, so now push both control sticks to the inner or outer corners to start motors. So I'm going to do inner corners. And it tells you, it's gonna, oh, there we go. And now, wait, almost, there we go. To start motors. All right, let's do outer corners. Push both control sticks to the inner or outer corners to start motors. All right, inner corners. Okay, that's shut off. Well, it's responding, which is great, but push up the throttle. Wait. Oh. He gets confused, but we got it working a little bit. I mean, at least it's responding. I just want to get the drone up. Let's do out. Push both control sticks to the inner or outer corners to start motors. I just want to start my motors, man. Push the throttle up to ascend. Ah, there we are. I'm flying. Check it out. Alright, so that's cool. What mode am I in? Oh, normal mode, which is fine. It's alright. Alexa, stop all music. So you have these little points. It works a little bit like lift off. So you have to collect those little dots, but I have no idea. This is normal mode too. Shouldn't be flying like this. See? Alexa, stop all music. Alright, see? Similar flying. So my flying experience is the same as the simulator inside the real world. This is cool. Oh, let's see if I can go around. I think, imagine there was a Star Wars. See? Oh, that would have been. See if I could go through there. See? But you're never going to use a PlayStation controller to fly your FPV drone. Hold on a second. Remember, this is live. Everything happens live. So we do it so you don't have to. Hold on. Alexa, stop all music. So apparently, this Xbox remote, the PlayStation remote, is connected to the Apple TV. I gotta plug that out, and the TV turned on upstairs. And like, what's going on? Yes, I gotta plug that out. All right, so I can't touch that. I have to disconnect that from the Apple TV. So that's basically how it works, how it should work. But now let's try the same thing here. As you saw, it said I'm using too much. See, you cannot use accessory. This accessory uses too much power. Come on, DJI. Let me think for a second. No, you've got to be shitting me. Why would you do that? Like, why? That sucks. Let's try something else, though. Let's try. Wow. So, yeah, it'll work with the PlayStation remote. Make sure your PlayStation remote is not connected to your Apple TV, because when you press that button, and if you have an Alexa connected to your TV, which we use as a speaker, that will blast, and everyone in the house will wake up. So it's like, welcome back to everything that glitches. The last time something happened where everybody woke up. The smoke detectors went off when I blew up the flight controller. And in this video, we woke everyone up. But they'll go back to sleep. The kids weren't up. My wife woke up. She's like, "You're still up?" I told her I was cleaning. Because I was cleaning earlier. Because we have guests coming over. So I managed to finish earlier so that I could record. Alright, let's see. Oh, come on. Are you shitting me? I was thinking maybe it was the cord. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it can be the USB. That's why I'm trying different ones, but wow, why would they? So it works with the PlayStation remote. That's what you would do. You would just plug it in. Let me just think. What else do I have that has a USB connector? Let's see. I just want to try a thicker one, like a data cable. This is thick. This is what I use for my solid state drive, my USB drive, USB-C drive, data cable. All right, this is the last one. Hopefully, if it does work, then that means you just need a really strong data. This one's short though, because it's made to go into the USB-C connection. The drive, which is small. Okay, let's see. Nope. Oh, that sucks. But why? Why would they do that? Like, what if that was my only way of flying? That literally makes no freaking sense at all. Like, that sucks for everybody out there. It did work, as you see in the video. Oh, it just said it can't use the accessory. Well, yeah, of course it uses too much power. It's a freaking DJI. So that's it. I'm just going to keep getting that error. Well, that's with the goggles, though. And there's nothing in there. But I just wanted to see what would happen. Could be with something with the update. See? Uses too much memory. Of course it does. Wow. And that's how it worked before. Yeah, I'm really disappointed in DJI. DJI, you gotta fix this. This accessory uses too much power. Yeah, but it's charged. That's the thing. See, look, I'll show you. You can tell how many bars I have because 4 are flashing, and it's just work. It could be the phone. This is a newer iPhone. You know, maybe it works with an earlier iPhone. Yeah, but as we know, it does work with the PlayStation remote, but just not the DJI. Wow, this is the remote you really want to use to fly, not the remote that controls it, because we use it with the Apple TV gaming system because that's the only remote that works there. Well, that answers that question, I hope. I don't want to waste too much time on that. Let me plug this back in so we can get our camera back. If we get our camera back, right? Because welcome back to everything that glitches. Maybe that's what we should call, whoops. That's what we should call the channel, right? Everything that glitches. Because nothing ever goes as smooth. And again, so this is a good example of those of you that are watching and have commented or have seen comments that might read that, hey, you know, you did it wrong. At the time it was done, it was right. And how could something so right be so wrong? And now it doesn't work, which kind of sucks because when you reach out to DJI, they don't really answer that question. And that's where YouTube comes in hand. They don't like to be at fault. But I mean, like, is he going to charge me X amount of money for my drone and then not have a software that works? Well, that sucks. Anyway, let's go back to the show. So now I need my camera back. I'll just go here. Ah, nice, the camera saves. Cool. Alright, so we're here. Oh, but that's with reflector. So we don't want reflector because, as you can see, reflector doesn't work because it hasn't been upgraded to work with the latest operating system. So again, that's why I'm thinking of changing. Oh, except you can move that around, which is fine. But in order to get back to your screen, you can't do that without exiting, which I would have to do this like that. See? Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. Hopefully the volume is mute, which is great. So I'm just going to close this one and go back to the other questions. All right, so So yeah, sorry about that. It doesn't work. You're doing, like I said to Ricardo when I met him. Everything he did was correct. It's got to be something else, and it was. It was his pin in the O3 air unit. So it looks like you're going to be stuck for a long time unless you got a PlayStation. Use that remote, and it's as you can see, it's a little glitchy, but somewhat fluid, but not really fluid. And it wasn't, you know, in the real world, you're not going to use a PlayStation remote to fly your drone unless you're flying a telodrone. The telodrone can be controlled with the PlayStation remote. All right. So on that note, next question. Let's see. Let me go back. Get back. Okay. Sorry. Mon Vivis Bez. Hi. Are those Integra goggles? It's marked as fitting the goggles to only, so I'm curious if the case would fit Integra goggles. Yeah, these are mine are Integra goggles. Yeah, they're not. So that's good to know though, because I don't have goggles too. These are Integra. The Integra are smaller. The goggles too are bigger. Ricardo had them. They're phenomenal though. Lucky you, because I wish I had them. And I was reluctant to getting them, and now I wish I had gotten them. But now with 04 being released, it's going to be better experience. All right, let's see. But I still like these anyway. Thanks, mate. That actually helped a lot, because I'm not good at sort of stuff. That's why we have this channel. Great, I'm glad it helped you though, because sometimes people need to clear their cache. Thank you for this. That's nice. We're getting thank you for the DJI Mini 3 Pro waypoints with drone, which is cool. I think I need to make some more videos for that software. Let's see. Drone Valley, someone commented, which we included you in the contest. Excellent. Same over here. LED. Somehow I use some oil and it's a little better. Oh yeah, the prop guards for the Mavic 3. It's a big drone, but the prop guards are really hard to get on. Tricky, but still doable. But yeah, I could see you using oil. I would probably use olive oil though. Just I put olive oil on my bicycle. Sometimes it's natural. It's not like it won't eat up the drone either. 4 days ago. Wow, so many comments. I think the Pablo 20 doesn't want to fly with me. I did everything. No wonder why I can't. Where am I think the Pablo 20 doesn't want to fly with me. I did everything that is in the video and can't connect the DJI drone controller too. If you could help me with something else, I would appreciate it. If not, I think the Pablo 20 will be a nice unused piece. Thank you very much. Great help. Did we reply? I thought we replied. So you could be having the same problem that Ricardo did. It could be the O3 air unit. Or maybe this is Ricardo. Oh, that is Ricardo. Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, let's check out his channel, because I can tell you, he showed me his channel, and I can tell you if it's him or not from the flights. Yep, it's Ricardo. Oh wow, what the fuck is this guy? Oh, he can fly there. I was like, wait, did I just meet someone from the 5-borough flight group? There's a group in New York City. I'll show you the group. What the hell is beeping? Oh, the remote. Here, I think it's called NYC 5-borough drone group, and these guys are amazing, because they just fly. Oh wait, hold on. They don't get permission from anyone, because they're flying Cinewhoops, and I just live vicariously through them. Oh, NYC five borough drone meetup. Okay, hold on. NYC five borough drone meetup. Hold on. I think they're on Facebook. Ah, you saw how it just jumped? Welcome back to everything that glitches. Literally, it was right there, and I got to be fast. See, now I got it. Now it'll load for us. Anyway, these guys, they just fly. And they have Mini 3 Pros, they have Mavics, they have Avata. Welcome back to everything that glitches. And so Ryan LaCourte, he's actually an attorney that volunteers his time. So if you're, he works Department of Technology Management, but he's a drone advocate. So, apparently what they're doing is illegal, but legal at the same time. But Ryan LaCourte, if you ever get into trouble with law enforcement, he's the guy to have on speed dial to hopefully, guide you through the process. Some of the stuff he does volunteer, like he actually reached out to one of the municipalities not far from here on my behalf, volunteered his time to get them on board with the state regulations because they required permits to fly drones in their town, and that's apparently illegal. And even though he's a powerful attorney and sent them a letter, on his letterhead and stationery, it didn't matter because when you run the town, you own the town. So towns are still running things their way. It's illegal, but good luck with that. It's an uphill battle fight, but Brian is still fighting that for all drone folks, and he's changing laws across the country in places that he can. And he tried here, was somewhat successful, but it is what it is. But he's check out his profile and link, and who knows, maybe in your town or HOA has regulations, and Ryan's your guy. So anyway, I guess he loves FPV too, but what we really want to see is, I don't want to invite, the discussion. Their photos are just freaking phenomenal. When you look at their post. Oh, so look at that. New York City skyline, restricted airspace. You're not supposed to fly there, but they do. And then except only one picture is loading. See, my computer is, there's some wild stuff happening. Featured, about, events. Discussion, request. Anyway, so they take a lot of photos like this. As you can see, it's a private group. It's locked. But oh wow, I didn't know Rupert's on there. I still have to send Rupert my oh, it says, damn, it's raining. I can't take Mini 4 Pro out for its first flight. So they take pictures like this, similar to what I do, but they do a lot of the stuff that you're not supposed to. Let's see, here we go. Like that. Kind of like that guy from Philly that flies his drone freaking miles, like this. But this is all in New York City. That's the thing. And you're not supposed to fly in New York City or Queens. But as you can see, there's nothing, because you need a permit to fly in New York City, which costs hundreds of dollars or even thousands. What does that say? I'm watching something like Mini 4. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that particular group. So on that note, so when I saw Ricardo's profile just now, I was like, wait, is he not supposed to? But I don't know where that's taken, so it's hard to say. But anyway, this is him. He hasn't loaded it yet, but he flies FPV, and apparently he has a beta FPV Centus. Oh wow, interesting. And that is a that's like what different remote, I think, Crossfire or something. He might be the guy to go to when I get my Crossfire to help me set up. Oh yeah, look at that little. He's got his own channel. Let's see how many will subscribe to him. There we go. So we'll get an alert notification. Oh wow, how the hell did he do that? Oh, probably because he's flying him in manual mode. So I was like, how do you crash your Avata in the house? Let's see. Oh, because he's probably flying in manual mode. Wow. Let's see. That's when you know you're good. When you can fly your... Oh, that's in normal mode, though. Anyone can fly the Avata in normal mode, but anyway, you'll have to check it out. So we have more questions to go to. All right, so there's that. So that was Mr. Walk 17 was Ricardo, who we managed to help out by giving him tips, and he was able to go home and figure it out himself. We gave him some flying experience here in New Jersey, and apparently he's happy and wants to get together again. So let's see. Someone says, thank you. Very stupid question. How to arm? I have the Avata Pava Pico. Bind it, everything, but it doesn't take off. I would say you have to select the keys. You have to. I'll leave it in the. You have to figure out what keys you have in the modes, right? In your mode section. So let's say, here's a flight controller. I believe this is the one with GPS. And then what you do is you find your connection, right? So I would do everything live. Da, 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 da. All right. So it's connected to the flight controller, right? Oops. Let's just choose our camera. I'll choose Lewis's camera. Come on, man. Welcome back to everything that glitches. So it went back to the OS3 camera. So now I have to just connect it again. Okay, so then what you do is, hopefully when the camera connects, if the camera connects, because we were connected before, as you already know. And we need our camera to connect again anyway for the next part. La, 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 la. So I'll just quit photo booth. So you can see I just quit it, right? And now open it again. Photo booth. Please work. See? And it can't find my camera, right? But if I go here, if I pull it out, welcome back to everything that glitches. This is why I don't want to do the there we are. Da, 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 da. I go to camera, Lewis's camera. But one, 4, 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5. Now if I go to camera, that sucks. See, it asked me for the code. I gave him the code, and then I went here. See? That's Apple for you. And as you know, it worked before, right? But now it's not working again. Ah, there we go. Nope. You know what? I'll probably just have to use, let's see what options we got here. Ah. do a stop mirroring. There we are. Nope. Yeah, we'll just use reflector. If it lets us, right? When it works, it works. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So now reflector's not working. And now we don't have our other camera working. Anyway, all right, so we're not going to waste time with that. So I'm just going to open up Betaflight, right? So that you can see what you need to do. But it's connected here. You see it flashing, right? Okay. So once Betaflight opens, Betaflight's open source, open source. Okay, so here's Betaflight, right? And so what you need to do is, when you click connect, turn on your DJI receiver as long as it's bound, right? You go into modes, and inside the modes you need to select what what you want aux2 to be. Aux2 can either be changing your mode that you're in, or aux2 can also, for me, I use aux2 to ARM to basically start its engine, so if that makes any sense. All right, so that solves that question. But now my question, what the is wrong with that? All right, so that's that. So hopefully that solves that for you. Hold it. Sorry it took 4 days, but we do live on Sunday, but we're doing it Saturday. How come there are no videos with anybody walking you through what GPS to buy and a clean video of the board and plane and wiring schematic? Oh, and is there anything out there about installing GPS on the Pavo 20? Yeah, I'm still working on that video, but it's the same process here as here. You would follow these steps. And I'm sorry I can't show you the board because the camera's not working, but in that video, follow those steps. And I can understand why you need the video for the Pavo 20 because the board is different and you have more options. So that one will be up soon, and maybe I'll do that one. I'll finish that one next week because on here you only have one spot to solder in, and on the Pavo 20 the board is a little bit more. It doesn't matter because you can't see anyway. The camera's not working. Anyway, I'm not going to waste too much time on that. But yeah, you'll see screenshots coming soon. But I have to find the board. The board's under there, and even if I found it, it's not going to load on here. But I understand your question, and I feel your pain, because that was the reason why I had done this video, because there was nothing out there on this, and there will be something out there on that either this week or next week. My schedule just got a little bit crazy. All right, so yeah, and then how come there are no videos with anybody walking you through what GPS to buy? It's all preference when it comes to GPS, and I chose this because it worked well, and as you can see, it works in the video, and there'll be a link in the description to this GPS. As for other ones, there are other units like this one, but you can't see it because there's no camera. But I chose the one that worked, and what happened was I was watching the video on the guy from Asia installing the GPS and putting it on there, so I kept pausing the video, scrubbing through it like second by second until I finally saw what GPS was on there, and then I did a freeze frame, and then I exported the frame, and then wrote down in here what GPS it was, and I did a Google search for it, and that's how I found this one that actually works that you saw. But there will be, and how come there aren't any? I don't know. Maybe not everyone. It's like FPV. There are 31 flavors of drones out there, and everyone swears by this brand and that brand and this brand. For me, I don't swear by any brand. I just, I'm just looking for the experience, and I found that the Pavos were great for the beginners, and I just liked the way it looked. And when I had first seen the Pavo, it reminded me of the Vada, so I gravitated towards that because of its similarities, and it linked to the DJI-03 Air Unit. But why there aren't, I don't know. And that's another reason why I created this channel, because I was frustrated like you. A lot of the channels were like, hey, today we're going to be talking about the Avata or whatever it is, whatever drone it is. And then they were saying, hey, we're going to fly, we're going to test the PIDs and this and that. And which was great. They did all that, but that's all you saw. No one went in depth and showed you. Maybe the Josh, what's his face, probably did back in the day, but he spends a lot of time talking about the metrics and all the other fun stuff. He's like more in depth, but I believe he has an online community forum that you can go to, but that's paid. But his channel focuses on different kinds of drones too. That's whatever his specialty is. But my channel focuses on some FPV, some drones, some soldering stuff, some fun games, some hacks here and there, some software related stuff, which also, will be coming. Anything that I use software related will be posted up there. So the channel is sort of like a combination of different things, but specializing in tweaking and stuff, and drone. Probably like 80% drone and the other 20, other stuff. All right, so yeah, I can't answer that question, but maybe Reddit can. Hey, thanks for the video. Does the Pavo Pico work with DJI goggles too? It should. Very nice video. Do you know how to change the measurements? No, I think we answered that one. But yeah, and that's it. And that's where it ends. Hook me up with a mic. Yes, we included you in the contest. So that's where we are. That's where we left off. But I thought there were more questions on there. There was another one. You make a learning. Here's a video. Controller 2. Naked. Hold on. I need to go here because some of the questions, as you can see, some of the questions may be held in review. Interesting. Doesn't work for me. Oh, FCC hack doesn't work for everyone. Okay. No, but I'll show you what I'm confused about. Is that if I go here, my channel, right? Hopefully I'm still live. Yep. And if I go here to the little bell, there was another question that someone had asked. You make learning fun, adventure, electronics, come at a dinner fork. That's great, Ricardo. Okay. Captain Drone. Can I do the same? Put the pop. Oh, can I do? See, this one didn't show up in the feed. So if I don't answer your comments, it's because somehow it's not posted in the comments section. Maybe it takes a day. After 24 hours, it'll post in there. So I try to look at both, but if I don't see it, I will get to it. Can I do the same for Pablo Pico? It will support the same strip. So he's asking about the lights. I believe so. So this is what I come to the conclusion is that you could probably, let me take some alligator clips. The question is, how do we connect the power? All right, give me a second. I just need to figure this out. First, I need to find my alligator clips. There we go. So I'm just going to try and connect the alligator clips, the positive and the negative, to see what we can do. So we have a negative, right? And then we have a positive, right? Too bad you can't see through the camera. It's so weird. You know what? I have an idea. I'm going to shut it off and then turn it on. All right, so now that that's connected, what I'm going to try, and then once the phone reboots, we'll try it again. Now, if I take the alligator clips, right? Whoa, whoops. And then, of course, don't drag anything. Welcome back to everything that glitches. Hopefully, when the phone starts up, we'll be connected to the camera again. But what I'm trying to do is connect it. So that's why I think I'm going to put the cord the other way. I'm going to put the negative to negative and positive to positive. So we'll put one, whoops, put one there. As you can see, and now if I go to, hopefully, right, this is just all speculation. If I go to, not reflector, but if I go to photo booth after rebooting my phone, right, hopefully it doesn't want me to reboot my computer. No, it doesn't work. Maybe I have to have camera connected. I mean camera like running in the background. No. Maybe I need to reconnect this. Cancel it, but it jumps back to there. Pretty sure it's a Mac OS issue, but there's another way what we can do. We will, again, screen mirror. We'll do reflector. If it lets us. Okay, now I go here. 5144, 5144. Wait for it. Nope. Okay, so as you can see, reflector is not working. Maybe, hold on one second. Maybe we'll get reflector to work if maybe you can't have two programs running at the same time. Nope. Let's do a forced quit. Nope, photo booth isn't running anymore. So let's try reflector again. Maybe leave it on without taking it out. Meaning on the screen. Once you get a check mark, then bring it in. Nope. Okay, so that takes care of that. So let's try apples, right? We'll click stop mirroring, and then MacBook Air. 5144. Okay. I don't see anything on my screen though. That's where the glitch comes in. I'm on my network. And of course, so what I'll do is I will quit reflector. Right? Sometimes computers don't like too many things running at the same time. It's like, no, after you. No, after you. Alright, so maybe that's it. You can't have more than one running at the same time. So now I'm going to go to camera. Alright, video. Except the only downside to this, right, is that I can't rotate the camera. which was Y reflector, was great, right? So if I click stop mirroring and then launch reflector again, right? Reflector, and then hopefully, wow, it's almost 6 o'clock. Okay, so now I go here, and then, whoops, then go here. Now that I quit all the camera applications. Okay. But as you can see, reflector, I know another way to get reflector up and running, but hopefully it leaves me the options. Oh no, I can't because look, maybe here? Nope. Oh, let's try. See, it's jumping to the OBS camera. If I go here, try that. Nope, so it's connected but not connected because it doesn't see it, and it's not my first time using reflector. They need to update it. Like this is a paid program too, but it has no support, and it says I'm up to date, but when you go in there, there's no support for the new iPhone. I'll try to connect. So I have no devices connected. Click again. That's weird. Now my phone is sort of. And then click. Oh, reflector is still trying to find it. No, it's searching. Oops, I have another thing I want to try. Try the red cable instead of the black cable. Got a check mark. Gotta be shitting me. It says the phone's connected, which is great. Let's try. See, now I only have supports for 2 phones. Let's try iPhone 4S Black. And before it was more than 2. No frames. So it is a glitch with the app because there should be many phone supports in there. And of course, Osmos Action 4 is integrating with it, but I don't want Osmos Action 4. I want the camera of my choice, which is the iPhone. And let's see, now if I go MacBook Air, and what we'll do is, you know what, this thing isn't working. So what I'll do is I'll just do this, hold on. I'm going to choose MacBook Air and just use the okay, but it's not letting me. Should have left it when it was. You know what? Let's switch the cable. Sometimes it could be the cable, you know? So we're just going to plug it out and take the black one out, right? And do red. And now, try a red cable. Need to click cancel here because I don't want to import anything. And it should just connect. Like AirPlay by default is something Apple gives you. But as you can see, they give it to you, but they take it away. It only works when they want it to. But there was an update that was pushed to the iOS tonight, so yesterday, and then no update that was pushed to the computers today. And I'm on the same network as my phone. I mean, as my computer, which is great. Could be a memory issue. Nope. Anyway, let's continue. Well, that thing's hung up. To the wire. Right. I'm just going to desolder it. I could always solder it back again. It's no big deal. It just would be nice. Ah, my webcam. Thank you, DJI. Reached its limit. Streaming. Okay. I'm just gonna desolder the solder connection, and then do the and it's never done that before. But what we could do to solve that, right? Supply direct power. You know? And it keeps trying to connect something, which is probably the SD card. One of the SD cards. Don't know which one though, because there are two connected on there. Alright, so now we're just going to desolder the GPS unit from its connections. I'm just going to disconnect power. Okay. Too bad you can't see it, but I'm only allowed one connection at a time, which is a bummer considering that this is an Apple product. I'm just going to reboot it. Alright, hopefully at the reboot. Let's see what my temperature is. Low DC. Ay, ay, ay. Which one is that one? So there's not enough. Power. The power of the soldering iron. What else is in here? Oh, so that's really low power, but just enough to do that. But what I can do is take that. And then, give me a second. Remember, this is live. When it's live, all this would have been edited out. And you would see nothing. I had another cable around here somewhere. Ah, it's under there. Don't want to step on anything, which is good to keep a separate power source. So what I plan to do is plug this in there. Even though I have a soldering iron, this new one, the pencil, is phenomenal. Like literally, if I can set this up so that I can, you know, not do this. The way it burns is great. It works better than the soldering iron that's plugged in. Somehow they did everything amazing with this thing. I just need to find oh wow, I've never seen that before. Now let it start up. Different power thingy. And I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. Hopefully the phone started up. I'm just gonna desolder, except desolder it with no power running through it. If that makes any sense. My temperature is going up. It started melting it, but need something to hold it. Nice. Let's see if this worked now. Camera. Video. Bluetooth, because you got to make sure Bluetooth is on, Bluetooth is on. Remember, you know what, let's try that. Go into system settings. Alright. And go into Bluetooth. Turn it off. Turn it on. I can't turn the Wi-Fi off because we're streaming, so. And then go over here, click on camera. And usually, you know, nope, nothing. I guarantee you on the reboot it would work. It just sucks that. Oh, there we go. Except I can't flip it like I did with like it's just always in portrait mode, unless what if I put it in portrait and then it goes into landscape mode? No, bummer. Like, is there an option where you can press Command R and rotate? Nope. Like literally. Anyway, so at least we got something. So what I'm trying to do is get something to hold it, so I can pull the wires out, desolder it. It's one wire. Just pulling out the ground and power. Great, we've got two wires out. And so now I can plug this out. Put this in a nice safe place. And then what we're gonna do is connect the wires, right, with the alligator clips, and then just connect them to a power source to see if we can, see if it'll work. Here's one wire. Here's two wires. Right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put the power in, right, to here. And since the positive and the positive is negative is a negative, and that's the correct voltage, right, we should be able to connect the lights, and they should turn on from the power that's being pulled out from there. I just wish that went into portrait mode. All right, so now if I have this here, right, we should see some lights, hopefully. So if I put the red on the red, right, and then negative on the negative, well, if it lets me, this is the tricky part, because everything is like in its own direction. Yep, nice. It does work. Yes, you can. It works. But the only problem is that I don't think you'll be able to switch it on and off. So most likely the lights will turn on when you plug the battery into the Pavo. But I want to try something else. Hold on. I wonder if most likely you could. It'll be a tight soldering job. You could probably still power it because it's just taking 5 volts running this way, 5 volts running, and connect the GPS. But it's a tight solder. But you could always heat sink the wires. Like it could make a connection in between, and then just join the wires together. But then somehow squeeze them in to wherever they need to go. But yeah, it works. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but my wife was right. I should go to bed soon, but I can't because she's like, "You got to do that thing tomorrow." Yeah, I know. I try to balance it out, like between work, life, and fun and family. You have to do that when you have a YouTube channel. But tonight, this was my night tonight because we have family stuff for the rest of the weekend. So that's it. See? Look at that. So cool. Right? Wait, I can't see one. I need to see where the wires are. Yep. So yes, it does work. You just have to solder them on. I don't think you'll be able to do the light switch because in the, we're here right now. And I will show you why you won't be able to control your, control anything, which is a bummer. But if you open up your what do you call it? Betaflight. It's hard. I gotta go to bed, at least for like a little bit. Take a siesta. So yeah, I'm trying to open up Betaflight. So when you have Betaflight, right? Of course, nothing's gonna load because I need to connect it. Right? When I go into, when I go into modes, you don't have the option for the end user thingy that will let you activate your turn on and off the LEDs because it's like a switch thingy on the connection. So we have beeper mute, stick commands, VTX control, paralyze, VTX pit mode, GPS beep satellite, pre-arm, camera control 2, camera control 1, black box erase, FPV angle mix, air mode, black box, OSD disable, head whatever it's called, GPS rescue, failsafe, head free, horizon, angle, and arm. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me just get these connection thingies off. And so it'll work, but we won't be able to shut the lights on and off. And I can show you how you shut the lights on and off from the modes. So here's a Pavo version 2, right? When I plug this out and plug it in, so, but as you can see, it'll work. Hey Fix, we missed you. Hey Fix is really cool. Ray Fix flew pretty cool too. I want those rates. I need those rates. Because I want to fly the way you flew. Or maybe did you use a PlayStation joystick? All right, let's see. So the reason why you can't is because see, the lights are on. Look at that, right? But in your modes, I want to hide unused stuff. See, user 1, aux 3. So you would need that, and that's what will control the lights, which is basically controlled on the switch. So you can solder it on, but it won't work. It won't give you that port that's needed so that you could do this. So the lights will be on permanently, unless there's a way to jury rig it, and I don't know. That's beyond my capacity. That would probably be another channel. So that you can, let's see, we'll go back. Go into here, MacBook Air. Don't launch it, but what I'm trying to show you is you'll be able to do this. Watch, see the lights? Except I'm probably in the way. I wonder if it lets me move it, like reflector. Nope. Welcome back to everything that glitches. Watch. Oh, that's beep. Luckily it wasn't arm. Maybe it's this one? Ah, there we go. I forget which one. See? It won't let you do that, which is a bummer because if you have the lights on, you could always unplug it. If you're doing a day flight, lights are going to turn on. But if you just have your switch the way I put it here, you would just plug it out and plug it in, fortunately. But yes, it can be done. That's it. It's lights out. Good night. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you and we answered all your questions and you got the answers you were looking for. If not, you know, I did the best. That's all I can do. Perhaps you can do better than your best and come back again. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. That's it. Video's over. Goodbye. I'll see you probably next week. More videos in the lineup. You can go. I'm just gonna put everything away and do what needs to be done. Shut off the lights. And then tell my wife that I'm done cleaning. Actually, I was cleaning for many hours, so we have people coming over. Because I don't want them to see that's how we live. Right? Little do they know. know, it's how we live. Yeah. So I mean, everyone knows that, right? When you go to someone's house and it looks so clean, and that's not how they live. I mean, I clean the house once a week. That's, you know, our thing. But maybe we went 2 weeks without cleaning after the kids' birthdays and things like that. We took a little bit of a hiatus on the cleaning process and let it go. And so it needed some stuff to be done. So many wires, so many things, and as you can see, I use all this stuff. You know, I just need a bigger space. No, I don't need a bigger space, but I'm disappointed about the Ibotta, really. But it is what it is. I'm disappointed with the Ibotta and the other stuff. I think I'm going to take a bin from the shed and just keep all the wires and cables in them. I mean, because I don't want that body on there. I'm going to reach out to the manufacturer and see if I'm still within that window of opportunity to change stuff. Just going to plug out my phone. So when it works, it works. So Liz, you only get one shot with the phone, and so you can't. You have to keep it connected. Otherwise, you have to reboot your computer, which you can't do on a live stream, right? And that's not me. I just figured, hey, I could plug it out, show you guys something, and then plug it back in and do whatever. But apparently not. I should have done that when it was hot, but it's all right. And I gotta tip it too and clean it. Yeah, I think I gotta do that. This way my soldering irons, I like to have my soldering iron ready for the next job. Bummer. Hopefully you still got audio. And there was no audio lost. Which means I gotta scrub through everything. That sucks. Hello? Well, it looks like the test cam's still there. La. I'm just putting stuff away. Remember, the video's over. You can go. If you want to watch, you can watch. See, I can't leave anything out. I mean, I could leave stuff out, but I could walk away and go to bed, but I want to make sure that nothing is left out, like a battery, things like that. I'll have to put that together tomorrow, resolder it. Turn off that light. But I think when I do the Ibotta upgrade, I'm going to record it on the iPhone so that, and then maybe throw it up. I don't think I can do that live because once I press record, it'll always be recording. Because it'll have 45 minutes there and forever on here, which is a bummer. source again. And I gotta plug in the soldering iron. Just need to retip the tip. Looks like it's hot. Interesting. La 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 la. Just gonna tip it. And maybe tip this a little bit too. There, for the next time. Yeah, so whenever you see me soldering, I always have the tip pre-tipped. I mean pre-tinned. Everyone's still sleeping. Can't have smoke detectors going on. Need to replace the thing in there. The cleaner is filled with solder. Alright, so that takes care of that. And next time when you see me grab a soldering iron, those who saw this video will know I did what I needed to do, and then you'll see other folks that watch the video for the first time and they're like, you didn't tip it. You know, you should have tipped it. You're gonna ruin your stuff. Oh wow, interesting. That's good to know. 93% in there. I'm not sure this will be able to do a full video on the Avada upgrade. Bummer. Because at 93%, oh no, maybe. I probably did the stream is probably like 2 or 3 hours, possibly. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out when the time comes.